We are the 10th Legion, exiles from a dying empire who founded the Kingdom of Ebb. For 400 years, we guided and protected our people. We gave them peace, prosperity, fair judgment. Some say it was the death of the old king that turned the people against us. But it was Jane Cassinder who took up the sword and drove us from our chapter houses and estates. I was not there for the final battle, when the last of our legion faced Jane Cassinder beneath the boughs of an ancient, hallowed tree. Nor do I know what power she called upon in that forest to murder my comrades and friends. After that, the forest was changed, twisted and ruined. Only Jane walked out of that place alive. 30 years have passed since the Legion was destroyed, and Ebb has suffered in that time. War rages without end between Jane Cassinder in the east and the royal family in the west. A few sons and daughters of the Legion remain. You are one of their number. I write to you, my young friend, with urgent news. For many years, Jane Cassinder has hunted you, as she hunts for all the children of the Legion. Your father, Hugh Montbarron, was our last Grand Master, and he would have wanted a better life for his daughter. But he is long dead, murdered by Jane Cassinder. As the last survivor of the Legion, I have tried to protect you in his stead. Years ago, I tracked down your Lascanzi mother. We agreed that you would be safer in my care than with your mother's clan. I still believe that to be true, but I've always regretted taking you from your family. That is why I've done my best to find other Lascanzi witches who could watch over you and teach you their ways. But Jane Cassinder hunts for us still. Now I fear that her spies may be getting close. We cannot delay any longer. We still have a chance to join together, rebuild the Legion, and take our country back from Jane Cassinder before it's too late. The sons and daughters of the Legion are gathering in the north, at the old Montbarron estate. I urge you to join us in the Valley of Rukenval as quickly as you can. Help us restore all that was lost. Your faithful friend, Odo.
Seems we have another rat trying to escape the trap.
In here. I was afraid everyone else was dead. Are you all right?
I'm fine, but who are you? Have we met?
No, but Odo's told me stories. You're the half-blood girl. This estate belonged to your father. My name is Martin Guiscard, and I'm a friend of Odo's, and a son of the Legion.
I didn't see Odo upstairs. Could he still be alive?
I hope so. If he did get out, maybe some of the others are with him. Damn, they found us again. We can't wait any longer. I've set a trap. 3 kegs of gunpowder on the bridge below. Thought I'd cover my escape if they found me. All we need to do is light the fuses. Come on, to the bridge. Go on, light the fuses. 2 more to light. Hurry. And the last.
The Mount Baron estate burned, and with it my dream of a reborn 10th Legion. Or so I thought. I did not know that you and Martin Guiscard had escaped the destruction. As you fled into the night, you bore with you the future of the Legion. Pursued by enemies, fleeing toward an uncertain fate, you made your way across the empty leagues of the Rukenval. Throughout the journey, you were driven by a single hope, that others had survived the devastation, and that they reached the safety of the Rukenval chapter house. It was a slender hope, to be sure, but even a small hope can warm a man in the cold dark of night. As long as you drew breath, the 10th Legion yet lived, but your foes pressed close about, hunting you. The fate of the Legion, the fate of Ebb itself, rested with you.
I know this part of the valley. We've come a long way. I think we're close to the old Legion chapter house. If any of our friends are still alive, that's where they'll be.
The Legion had a chapter house here, in this valley?
They built chapter houses in every part of Ebb, even in remote places like this. They were strongholds where legionnaires would meet, sometimes in fellowship, sometimes for war. You should have seen the Grand Chapter House in Stonebridge, headquarters for the whole Legion. My father took me inside it once.
Tell me about the attack. What do you remember?
Odo sent letters to all the descendants of the Legion. He wanted to gather them here, train them as legionnaires, and take back the country. Most had already arrived when the mercenaries found us. They surrounded the estate, must have killed the men who were on watch. They smashed through the windows and the doors, slaughtered everyone they could find. Then they set fire to the house.
How many people were in the estate when you were attacked?
Almost 40. All sons and daughters of the Legion. Some of them had fought in the wars, but the rest, they were no match for those soldiers. We can hope that a few survived, but most of them are dead.
Those mercenary soldiers, have you fought them before?
They were Leskanzi, kin to you on your mother's side. Probably a good thing you were raised by the Legion. I have no idea who sent them here. Leskanzi will fight for anyone who pays them. No, our real enemy hasn't shown himself. Or herself. Not yet.
Did you see what happened to Odo?
No. I lost sight of him when the fire started. But we agreed to meet at the old chapter house if anything went wrong.
That's enough about the attack for now.
Right. Maybe Odo can tell us more.
I've never been here before. Does this valley have a name?
They call it the Rukenval. It's hard country. Not easy to control, even with an army. That's why Odo chose this place. He thought we'd be safe here, while we trained a new legion.
How many people live out here?
Only a few. There's a village, Raven's Rill. Most of the people are hunters and trappers from all I've heard. Pilgrims and merchants used to come here before the Legion fell. Made the town rich. But that was years ago, when the roads were still safe.
Was my father born here, in the Rukenval?
I think so. The Montbarons were granted their land by King Conread, and the family lived here ever since. Another Legion family had a manor here too. The Gunderics, an old line. Your father didn't trust them.
You said this is hard country. Are there any dangers I should know about?
Spiders. They're as large as a man, and they're smart. They'll ambush travelers on the road. And there's worse things in the forest. Have you heard of the Dakenware? The Beast Lords? In other parts of Ebb, they're only stories. Out here, believe me, they're...
Thank you. That's all I need to know about the valley.
Sorry I couldn't tell you more. I've only been here for a few weeks myself.
Let's keep moving. We can talk more later.
You're right. The chapter house isn't far. Follow me. If our enemies knew we were at the estate, they may have guessed that we'd make a run for the chapter house. No help for it, though. That's where we agreed to meet. We'll have to stay sharp. They could come... for us anywhere, at any time. Military camp. Leskanzi by the look of it. Can't be a coincidence. Let's look around. We might find out what they're planning. There it is. The bridge to the chapter house. Looks like trouble up ahead.
Huh? What's this? Oh well. Looks like I'll make some decent coin for this job after all.
Out of the way. We have no business with you.
Spoken like a woman of the 10th Legion, arrogant and foolhardy. Lucky for me, I found you first. That means I'll get a handsome bonus for your head.
Who's paying this bonus for killing Legionnaires?
I don't get paid for answering fool questions. I get paid for killing Legionnaires. Lively up, boys. It's time to earn some gold.
We're outflanked. More coming up from behind. Damn. I've been shot. By that bastard with a gun. Lucky. Odo is on the other side of this gate.
You're alive? Both of you? I thought I was the only one left.
Odo, you made it. But where are...
The others? The men and women I've kept safe for 30 years?
You don't seem hurt. How did you get out?
I rounded up a few of our people. The only ones who hadn't been killed. Renaud, Hannah, and one of the twins from Drakenberg. Giles, I think. We jumped from the second floor of the house, made a break for the woods.
Tell me the rest.
Some of the mercenaries saw us. They fired their guns. I heard one of the others cry out. Then there were more Lescanzi in front of us. We tried to fight our way through. By the time it was over, the others were dead.
Do you have any idea who's behind this?
I can think of a few possibilities. Jane Cassinder, for one. As long as we're alive, we're a threat. A symbol of the nation she destroyed. And there's the royal court, or what's left of it. They may still blame the Legion for the old king's death.
That's two possibilities. Any others?
Anyone who stands to profit from civil war and bedlam. That's a long and formidable list.
Who else could have survived? We need to find them.
My ward, Anjali. I sent her to keep watch for latecomers. She wasn't at the estate when we were attacked.
What about Lucas Montbaron? I didn't see him at the gathering. He wouldn't have known to meet us here, and he might still be alive.
Might have been one or two others who hadn't arrived yet when we were attacked. Hard to say.
I thought the Montbarons were dead and gone.
All but one. Lucas is the youngest son of the old Grand Master, Hugh Montbaron.
He was born just before the Legion's fall. Raised by friends of the Legion, passed from household to household, to avoid Jane Cassinder's spies.
Odo, who is this ward of yours?
Anjali, my adopted daughter. She's unique. There's a foreign look about her.
Resourceful girl. Learned that from me. Fights with a spear. She'll be hard to miss.
If they're alive, I'll find them. Martin, you'd better stay here.
I agree. You're bleeding, Giscard, and you can barely stand up.
I'll do what I can for Martin, but he'll be no help to you, not like this. I'm sorry. You'll be on your own until you find the others.
You know this valley better than me. Where could they have gone?
Raven's Rill. It's the only town in the valley. The people here stayed true to the Legion, even when the rest of Ebb turned against us.
I'll head for Raven's Rill then.
The town is west of here. Cross the bridge and turn right at the crossroads. Try to find Lazar Basili, the town boyar. He's an old friend and he'll help us if he can. And be careful. Those mercenaries are still here in the valley. Keep your eyes sharp and come back safe.
You're a Legionnaire, aren't you?
Why would you say that? Is there trouble in the village?
The Rill is an occupied town. Not sure how you got this far with all the Lascanzi about.
I dealt with some mercenaries. They were a nuisance, nothing more.
Won't matter. The Lascanzi have the village surrounded, and they've fortified the upper town. It's a lost cause.
Do you know where I can find Lazar Basili?
No, I haven't seen him. Not since the mercenaries got here. Some of the folk in town may know more, but I doubt they'll tell you.
And why is that?
They're scared. The Lascanzi have already killed one of our constables, and now they're asking a lot of questions about Legionnaires. Everyone knows the Legion is finished. It would be foolish to help you.
Are you going to let me pass, or not?
I've no orders to stop you. Open the gates!
Please, I just want to be left alone. Can't a widow grieve in peace?
How did your husband die?
The mercenary filth marched in and took over the Rill. My husband Vaclav was a constable here in town. Vaclav spoke out against the invaders, and one of the bastards ran him through without a second thought. Murdered him in cold blood. A curse on all Lascanzi.
This murderer needs to be brought to justice. Who was it?
I heard the others cheer his name. Boris, as he... I beg you, Legionnaire, avenge this wrong. Avenge my husband!
We'll give him justice, cold and swift. What does he look like, and where has he gone?
He wore a sash across his face. Bring me that sash and I'll know the bastard is dead.
Get out of town while you still can.
By the Dark Sister Zars, you are breathtaking. Just as Leona said you'd be. But, you don't even recognize me, do you?
And why exactly would I recognize you,
It doesn't matter, but I'd hoped. No, not here on the streets, with eyes and ears all around. Listen close. An army holds this town, Lascanzi every one, bloodied in the wars to the south. Our employer, she is persistent, yes. She is still looking for you and your friends.
Your dashing man of mystery act grows tiresome. If you know who's behind this, tell me her name.
Dashing, eh? Why, thank you. You'll have your answers, but not here, not from me. Not with her so close. They set me here to look for you, to lead you into a trap. Too bad for them. Maybe I don't hear those orders so well. My sister, Leona, she waits for you in the cave west of town. Should you seek her out, it would be to your benefit.
I'm looking for survivors from the Montbaron estate. Do you know where they might be?
Single-minded, aren't you? I admire that. And again, I say it is very much to your benefit to seek out my sister.
To my benefit? What about yours?
Don't tell me you've been among these Ebbins so long you've started to believe their lies about our people's greed. Suffice to say that our interests are aligned for the moment, and we may both profit from this messy affair.
I'll need better directions to this cave.
Follow the road out of town to the west. Then look for a trail heading north, into the woods. This little adventure of ours, it's not exactly in my employer's interest. If you meet her soldiers on the road, be wary. They aren't as charming as me. Now go, before the wrong person sees us talking, yes?
Good day to you, friend. Come to peruse Petru's fabulous shop of wonderment and mystery? You shan't regret it, I vow.
What exactly are you selling here?
Magic, of course, madam. The finest sorceries a lady can buy, distilled into talismans, amulets, and gewgaws of all description. Admittedly, my stock is a bit low, just at the moment, but what I have is of the finest quality.
How are you able to do business here with Lescansi controlling the town?
How am I? Why, by selling to the Lescansi, of course. They're the best customers I've had in ages. Normally, I earn my coin selling in bulk to Florin the merchant. But these mercenaries are quite content to buy directly from my shop.
Don't you consider selling to these mercenaries a betrayal of your own people?
A betrayal? No, I don't consider it a betrayal. Well, maybe a half of one. My mother was Lescansi, you see, and my father was a real man. And since I'm willing to sell to you, or to any of the townsfolk who want to fight back, I think of it more as honoring both my parents.
Let me see your wares.
Of course, madam, of course. Step right up and have a look at the stall. Welcome back, friend. Feel free to browse.
Let me see your wares.
Of course, madam, of course.
I heard that everyone in the Legion was killed, yet here you stand. Perhaps you can help me. When the Lescansi took the town, one of their leaders stole something of great importance. I'd like the Legion to get it back.
What did the Lescanzi take from you?
A small golden statue of Azurnai. It's been in my family for generations. It's the most valuable thing I own. Or owned, as it were. A Lescanzi sergeant burst into my home and just took my statue from its shrine. Then he threatened to kill my wife if I said so much as a word.
Do you know where I can find Lazar Basili?
I'm little concerned for the well-being of Lazar Basile, the fool. I'm of the mind this entire mess is his failing.
I'll find your property, if I can. Do you know the name of the thief?
They called him Ottokar, I think. He camps with the rest of the mercenary scum in the forest to the west.
Have a care with all that boot stomping. You'll scare the fish.
If the fish aren't biting here, why not find another spot?
I don't need to find another spot. I know the best fishing hole in the valley. Problem is, I just can't fish there no more. Something nasty took up residence in my favorite pond. Last time I tried to drop a line there, it nearly killed me.
I'm a Legionnaire. Is there anything I can do to help?
Not sure why you'd want to tangle with that thing, but if you can put it down, I'd be happy as a fly in the outhouse. Of course, I need proof it was dead. One of its teeth should do the trick.
Where can I find this creature?
Head east out of town and look for a pond to the south. That's where you'll find the beast. Here, take some of my secret bait with you. When you find the pond, toss it in the water. The smell seemed to draw it out last time.
Good, you've come. I was beginning to fear my brother was too late, and you were killed or taken by the others.
I was told you had some information that would be useful.
Straight to business, then? As you wish. You weren't the only one to escape the slaughter at the estate, but the others were soon recaptured or slain.
The Lescansi took prisoners. Where are they being held?
In this very cave. At least one is still alive, maybe more. I offer you this. A key that will open the prisoners' cages. If you hurry, they might still be saved.
What are the Lescansi planning to do with the prisoners?
They'll be held here until the witches have prepared their rituals. Then they will be questioned.
They'll be tortured for information, you mean?
Torture? No, that is far too subtle. We Lescansi are more direct. The witches will prepare a sacred fire, into which the captives will be thrown. At the moment of death, their souls will be snared by magic.
I won't allow that to happen.
Then perhaps you should accept my offer, instead of standing about asking questions, hmm?
I need to know more about you before I agree to this. How can I trust you?
Because, dear girl, blood is thicker than water. And yes, thicker even than gold. But if you insist, my name is Leona, and I have my own goals that are not shared by our kinsmen. Is that sufficient? Or shall we dicker about as the flames grow hot?
What kind of opposition can I expect?
Doubtless you have faced Lescanzi mercenaries already. More await you below, but you've made it this far. They should prove little challenge. The witches may give you more pause. Their spells are deadly, and they have power over the dead. Be wary, but moreover, be quick.
Very well, I'll accept your gift, and if it turns out to be genuine, you'll have my thanks.
I am pleased to see I was right about you. Go now. It would be better if I were elsewhere. Perhaps we'll speak again after this affair is finished.
It seems the Dark Sister smiles on us. She has brought the last of the wayward children to us.
Release your prisoners and leave in peace, and I'll spare your lives.
Ha! You are as bold as any of us, little cousin. But I'm afraid not. I fear my employer far more than I fear you. But now that you are here, you have saved us the trouble of hunting you down. It seems the Dark...
What sorceries are you working here, witch?
Tut tut, little cousin. Have you been away so long that you've forgotten our magics? Ah, well, you'll be reminded soon enough. But now that you are here, you have saved us the trouble of hunting you down.
Thank you. Are you a Legionnaire too? I knew there must be a few of us left. Wasn't sure you'd find me here, though. At least not in time.
What was that witch planning to do to you?
I don't know. At first I thought she was going to question me. I told her she wouldn't get any secrets out of me, but she just laughed. And then she and her friends lit that bonfire. If you hadn't gotten here when you did, I think she meant to burn me alive.
Do you know if anyone else made it out of the estate?
Just the woman in the other cage. We haven't had the chance to speak much.
How did you end up here?
I got captured at the estate. When the others ran, I stayed behind to protect some injured men. I killed a few mercenaries, but they must have knocked me out and carried me here.
That was a noble sacrifice you made. You might have been killed.
Yes, well, someone had to do it.
So you're descended from the old Legion too?
Yes. My name's Armand Dublanc, grandson of Crespin Dublanc. He died in Stonebridge 30 years ago before I was born. Our family had an estate in the farmlands, south of the city. We hid there for a long time, but Jane Cassinda found us. She killed my parents, my brother and sister too. I was the only one who got out.
We need to get you out of here. You should be safe to head back to the chapter house.
Guess I owe you one. All right, I'll meet you at the chapter house. And be careful.
Help! Over here! Thank you for releasing me. I underestimated these witches. It looks like a simple cage, but it's not. I tried to burn my way out. Somehow it's proof against fire.
You tried to set your cage alight?
I've always been able to call fire at will. When I was young, I thought I was its source. But it's stronger when my purpose is clear. I tried to burn the bars of the cage, but the metal stayed cold. Nor could I project flames from inside. Lescanzi witchcraft, it must be. Now that I'm free of that cage, they'll need to jump into water if they want to escape my flames.
You have a foreign look. Are you descended from the Legion?
Not from the Legion, no. Odo believes that I am an Archon, a creature out of myth. It sounds ridiculous, I know. And if it's true, then where are all the others of my kind? He found me, not far from here, when I was a child. He says that I was unique, a sign of hope to him. Those are his words, not mine. But I try to live up to them.
Did the Lescanzi take you unaware?
No. Odo sent me to keep watch for stragglers, anyone late to the gathering. I was in town when the Lescanzi attacked. Witch magic painted their army as shadows and quieted their steps, but I saw them. It was my cries that alerted the town. The townspeople fled. I was alone, outnumbered, but I chose to attack. I don't even know why.
The mercenaries came here to ravage and kill. You wanted to see them punished.
Yes, you're right. I fought the Lescanzi not as a soldier, but as an executioner. They'd come to destroy the Legion. The idea that even one among them should escape ignited me. I swore to burn all that I could, and did.
Odo and Martin are waiting. They sent me to find survivors.
Odo is alive? Take me to him. I promise I can hold my own if it comes to a fight.
You certainly handled that with more aplomb than I expected. Bravo, my dear. Now then, since you've accomplished your goals, I wonder if you wouldn't be willing to do me a favor.
How did I know you were gonna want something out of me?
Oh, come now, darling. After all I did for you, you can certainly spare a little time to help dear Leona. I have come into possession of a key that opens the gates of Gunderic Manor. I need a bright, clever girl to go in ahead of me and make it safe. So naturally, I thought of you, my dear.
All right, give me the key. I'll go look into it.
Wonderful. Such generosity deserves an immediate reward, so I'll tell you what I know of those who hunt you. The attack on the Montbarren estate. Lescanzi mercenaries did the bulk of the fighting, but their leader was a woman named Rejani.
That's not much to go on. Can you tell me anything about her?
I do not know who she is, or perhaps what she is more apropos, but she has great wealth behind her. She hired half the Lescanzi clans in southern Ebb and marched them here to stop you, to stop the Legion from being reborn. You might be interested to learn that she has bivouacked herself in the town hall. If you desire vengeance, that is where you should go.
I appreciate your candor. That information will be very useful.
Information is only the barest glimpse of what I offer. Ours could be a very profitable friendship, if you give me Gunderic Manor. Here then, take the key. I will see you again after the manor's current residents have been evicted. That door leads back to the forest. May the Dark Sister go with you, and the faithful hound guard your path.
And so you emerged at last, dear one. I've been waiting for you.
How do I get to Gunderic Manor from here?
Ah, that old spook house. It's not far at all. Follow the road away from town. You'll see the gates in short order. The Dark Sister's luck go with you, and I...
More enemies. They know we're here.
The mercenaries have returned from Raven's Rill. I had hoped you would be well away before they arrived.
Will you help me fight them?
No. If they see me here, they will know that my sister has betrayed them. This fight I leave to you.
hope you have news. Did you find...
Indeed. I believe this belongs to you.
Excellent. You've renewed my faith in the Legion, to be sure. This is the part where you ask for a reward, yes?
I need to know where I can find Lazar Basili.
He may be dead, but I can't be certain. Lazar's scribe Grigori might know something more.
Think of it as a donation to uphold Legion law, unless you prefer the alternative.
No, that wouldn't do at all. Please take this purse for your trouble. I insist.
Farewell, Anton.
And a good day to you, Legionnaire.
News of your deeds spread quickly throughout the town. Perhaps the Legion is not as feeble as the Lascanzi would have us believe. I know you've been asking about Lazar. It turns out he had some correspondence with a rather elusive Legionnaire, someone called Odo. That did not sit well with the woman who hired the Lascanzi. She locked poor Lazar in one of the holding cells beneath the town hall.
The town hall? And where is that?
It is in the upper part of town, but you'll not be able to reach it. The Lascanzi have fortified the upper town, and they are letting no one inside.
How do you know about this alleged correspondence with the Legion?
I wrote most of the letters myself. I have been Lazar's clerk for almost 20 years now.
The Legion doesn't abandon its allies. Lazar will have his freedom.
If you truly mean to save Lazar, I am at your service. What would you have me do?
Are you trained with a blade?
Sadly, I am a scribe by trade and not much use in a fight.
Then carry a message to Odo in the Legion chapter house. Tell him what's happened to Lazar.
If it will aid my friend, I shall do as you ask. You'd best be off before any Lascanzi brigands spot us conspiring against them.
You're with the Legion? Thanks Saint Hiram, I feared none would be able to help me. My husband needs help. He was one of the two constables in Raven's Rill. The Lascanzi murdered the other when they took the town. I feared for Niku's life and begged him to flee. He was forced to leave in such a rush, he had no time to take food or a blanket. Can you bring this package to him?
Of course. I'd be happy to help.
Thanks, Saint Hiram. You're a blessing to this town, you know that? He was headed to the East Forest, past the old Legion chapter house. He said something about a cave he discovered as a boy. Niku isn't much of a hunter. He can barely take care of himself. Please, take this package and give it to Niku if you find him.
I'm glad to put Ravensrill behind us. They look at me strangely, especially the men. Victory!
You're with the Legion. Maybe my luck isn't as wretched as I thought.
What makes you think you have bad luck?
Aside from the fact that fate conspires to thwart me at every turn, you mean? I was trying to haul some goods south to Stonebridge, but the whole valley's crawling with Laskanzi mercenaries. A whole pack of them set on me up the road and stole my wagon.
I have a score of my own to settle with these mercenaries. I'll get your wagon back.
You may have just saved me from debtor's prison, friend. Don't think I won't repay this kindness. Get my merchandise back, and I'll reward you. And of course, you'll get a discount on anything you might want to buy.
And be judged.
That'll teach those thugs to harass innocent merchants on the road. You have my thanks, and I suppose I can offer you this as well. If you're looking to buy, just step on up to the wagon and have a look. I'll give you a good price.
Against us.
You are finished!
Victory! We're attacked!
Is it done? Has the Lascanzi dog been put down?
He's dead. I hope you can find some measure of peace.
The peace I sought was not for me. With his death avenged, Vaclav's soul will find its way to the river. There exists a debt between us now, Legionnaire. One of blood and kin. What can an old woman do to repay such a debt?
Anything you could spare to help our cause would be welcome.
Take this. It was Vaclav's. I know he would want you to have it.
I must go.
Farewell.
You're still alive? Maybe you're tougher than you look. Is the lousy beast dead?
It's dead. Here's one of its teeth.
Well, call me a Krug-loving mule. I can't believe it. I'm guessing you'll be wanting that reward, then.
A donation will help us restore the Legion to its rightful place.
I'm not a rich man, but you deserve this, friend.
I'll leave you to your work.
Right. See you around.
Judged.
Your ancestors built all this? It is beautiful.
I got back just ahead of you, and I told Odo and Martin what happened in the cave. They want to talk to you, of course. I'll be in the causeway room. Always heard stories about them, but I've never seen one before. One more thing. I have a few odds and ends. Weapons and armor that I saved from my family's old estate. That sort of thing. I'd be happy to sell them to you if you like. For a good price, I promise. Just come and see me when you're done.
Anjali, they had you in a cage? But they didn't hurt you, did they?
I'm well. A few hours underground, nothing more. But we learned our enemy's name.
It's true. Her name is Rajani. She and her mercenaries have occupied the town, and Lazar is their prisoner.
So, without Lazar, we'll have no help from the people of Raven's Rill. But they're not fighting men. Probably safer this way. It's time to strike. Catch them off guard. This was...
My mother's people are mercenaries by trade. What else do you know about them?
They're wanderers. Desert people. They lost their homeland years and years ago. Now they drift across the world and fight for whoever pays best. Our wars have been good to them.
We're definitely outnumbered. How much of a chance do we have?
We're the Legion. We're a family. We're fighting for our country and for the people we love. The numbers are on their side, but the stakes are on ours.
We'll need to surprise them. Did you have something in mind?
I did. You've heard of the causeways?
In the days of the Legion, they were passageways, cut through the fabric of another world. A Legionnaire could enter a causeway in Stonebridge and emerge an hour later in Raven's Rill, if we believe the old accounts.
The causeways were real. I walked them myself before the Legion fell.
The causeways pass through another world?
A fallen realm, shifting, always changing, like a world that's forgetting how to be whatever it was. The causeways don't pass through it so much as near it, above it. I never learned its name.
If these causeways are real, who built them?
We did. Back in the days when Legion magic was strong, before all our mages were killed. Gave us a tactical edge. Send a few hundred Legionnaires through a causeway, all of a sudden there's an army wherever we need one. Impressed the common folk, too. Gave us an air of mystique.
Go on, Odo. I trust that your story is true.
As do I. Tell us what you have in mind.
There's a causeway here inside this chapter house. We can use it to slip into Raven's Rill, catch the enemy by surprise. The only trouble is opening the gate. I don't know how it's done. But I have an idea. The Grandmaster's ring. They say it was a key to something important. Why not the causeway gate?
The ring lies where the last Grandmaster fell. The Mournweald. An ill-omened place.
Odo, you were a Legionnaire. You never learned to open one of these gates?
I was a scout, a spy, a Legionnaire, yes, but I spent my days in the woods and hills. Every chapter house had a master and a mage. They opened and closed the causeways, not men like me.
The last Grandmaster. That was my father, wasn't it?
Your father, yes. I'm sorry I have to send you to that place.
What else can you tell me about the Mournweald?
It's a forest, an old place. Used to be morn, like the start of a new day. Now it's mourn, like sorrow and regret.
So it's changed? Why? What happened?
The Legion made its last stand in that forest. By then, Jane Cascinder had poisoned the people against us. Mobs rose up, slaughtered Legionnaires in all the cities and towns. Only place that was safe was this valley. So the last of the Legion came here. Jane followed them, gathered an army, sacked this chapter house, pushed them back to the Mournweald.
How did it end?
Odo wasn't there. No one knows what happened in the forest or exactly where they fell.
Whatever she did to them, she twisted and ruined that forest. It's a festering wound that's never healed.
If the ring is there, I'll find it. Just tell me where to look.
There's a door at the bottom of the tower. It'll take you outside into the forest. Here, you'll need the key. When you leave the chapter house, head to the east. You'll come to the Mournweald soon enough.
The Legion died in that forest. Whatever happened, whatever Jane Cascinder did to them, that place is changed. Get in, find the ring, and get out. No unnecessary risks. Your life is too important to lose.
So this chapter house is really a tower. Jane Cassinder's army looted this place. Everything is still as they left it.
You are finished!
That cave ahead. Perhaps that is where Tatiana's husband has gone. This stillness is not to be trusted. Be on guard.
Over here! Help me! No time for idle chat! Quickly, cut me free before it...
Before a big white spider eats you?
How did you... It's right behind me, isn't it?
As a matter of fact, it is.
I don't want to die here! Kill it! Kill it!
That's a nice fire. You fight like a lion. Quickly, cut me free.
Hold still. I'll cut you free.
My thanks. I thought I was a dead man.
It's lucky for me that you happened upon this place.
It wasn't luck. It was your wife. She sent me to find you and deliver this package.
Ah, Tatiana. A man could not ask for a finer woman. Azunai, bless her soul. You said something about a package, did you? Did Tatiana pack some Rukenberry pies? Almost dying has given me quite an appetite. Just think, if you had come a moment later, that beast would be the one getting its supper.
The road is clear. Return to town, but stay indoors until the mercenaries are dealt with.
If you say it's safe, that's enough for me. But I can't leave without rewarding you first. It's not much, but I want you to have it, and I won't take no for an answer. Until we meet again, Legionnaire.
The odds are against
Strange. The forest refuses to let us pass? Perhaps if we looked for another... This forest is aware of us. Why do I feel as if I know this place? And it knows me. This forest was one of the most beautiful places in all of Ebb. At least, that is what Odo said. Look out! Watch out! Careful! More Vodyanoi! You are finished! Here they come again! Here they come again! So, this is where they died. The last of the Legion. Look, that must be Hugh Montbaron. Your father. He shouldn't have been left here like this. He deserved better. They all did. I know you.
Be careful. You're in danger here. And not only from the creatures of the forest.
How did you get here? I didn't see you until just now.
I've been with you since the edge of the wood. I pulled the roots and branches apart to let you inside. Many wander here in visions and dreams. You are the first to walk this ground awake. The first in many years. Tell me, quickly, what brings you to this place?
An old legionnaire sent me to find this place. His name is Odo.
I met Odo once. A long time ago. He still remembers. But he isn't sure it was real. Odo's dreams have brought him to this grove, but never by choice. Why would he send you here?
We're trying to free this valley from enemies of the Legion. We want to use the old causeways to catch them by surprise.
But the causeways are shut, ever since the fall of the Legion.
Yes. Do you know how to open them?
Building the causeways was an act of creation. That is the most ancient power of all, passed down to us from the gods of old. Opening a causeway, that is an act of creation too. I can give you that power, but you must promise never to come here again.
Can you tell me why at least?
At the heart of this forest is a seed. One that's been dormant for many long years. It has great power and potential. But not for good. Not anymore. It is very, very old. Older than the rest of the valley. Older than the mountains or the sky. The whole forest is waking. You've got to leave.
Can we leave by the same path?
You will never find your way. Not now. The Mournwill will trap you here, unless I intervene. I'll send you back to the edge of the forest. Remember what you saw here. Hold it in your mind, or it will slip away like a dream. The causeways are yours. Use them to rebuild your kingdom and make your country whole. I ask only this. Let no one set foot in this forest. Neither enemies nor friends. I'll guard this place. For as long as I can.
Strange. The forest refuses to let us pass?
What are you talking about? We just came from the forest. Don't you remember?
Now you are making sport of me. Odo tells me that I am an easy target, but he will not say why.
The giant tree? The dead legionnaires? The child who appeared out of nowhere? You don't remember anything?
It all sounds familiar. Like a story I heard, and then forgot. When I think about it, this whole forest feels familiar. Not the trees themselves, but the power that gave them life. I'm sorry, I'm making little sense. If we have what we came for, then we should go.